I'm getting ready to load a quilt, and last night I was speaking to a sister quilter and we were talking about the different ways that we load quilts. So I'm going to show you how I load the quilt, and after I load the quilt I also want to show how I baste the quilt in place, and that's what we're doing. This is the backing material. I have folded it and found the center and pinned the center. On my take-up bar, I don't know if anybody else's is, but mine has the center part marked on this and on the other roller that I'll be using. So I place my pin on the center and continue to pin all the way across. I'm going to bring the canvas up and over the belly bar. This one is also marked with a center mark, and I have once again folded and found the center on it. All pinned, and now I'm going to put all of the material on this side of the material and laying it across this bar. As I roll up, it's going to keep tautness there, and it will keep the wrinkles out of the back. So I will start rolling, watching for the wrinkles. If I see any, I will pull them out with my hand. Now I'm going to roll it all on to the bottom bar. Once again, just watching to see if there's any wrinkles or anything that form. I've rolled enough so that my center mark on the take-up roller is available for me when I put the batting and the quilt top warm and natural batting. I will center this on the quilt back. Leaving my center mark so that I can see it. I'm going to fold just to find the center. And I'm going to place that center on the center mark on the take-up. With this quilt, I'm using these little tiny pink squares positioned so that I'm straight. I've turned my machine stitching down to 10. My goal is to run a basting stitch through this top border, and then I'm going to run a basting stitch every 12-15 inches right in there someplace. As I get ready to do my next basting, I just kind of check to make sure that there's no profound wrinkles, creases. And because I tend to quilt fairly tight, it also prevents it from pulling in and getting real wavy borders. You can see that the last basting stitch I did is right here. I'm going to roll it up to the take-up bar. And you'll notice that the material on the quilt top kind of pushes. You can see where it's starting to bunch up here, but once we're done, that won't be there. That's just the material moving with the take-up bar. Last basting stitch, and because this quilt lies very flat, I'm going to go as close to the belly bar as I can without bumping into the material. I'm going to put in the final row of basting. I'm going to roll now to where the border's right on the belly bar. I like to cut the extra batting off, that way it's not bunched on the roller. I'm going to take the second basting stitch. I'm going to leave the first one in. I'm going to take the second one out. When I quilt, I will start in the center of the quilt. So I pull it up a couple times, I snip it down there, and just pull it straight. I keep my threads in the class storage systems, and I keep them with the coordinating bobbins. The threads that I've chosen for this quilt will be the pink, the purple, and a white. The last time I quilted with the white, I had leftover thread after I finished the quilt. We have bobbin mates that keep the bobbins with the cones of thread, coordinating colors.